Hi everyone, I'm Big Sleeps ASMR, and I'm new to the ASMR community, so I figured I would do an introductory video where I talk to you guys about my favorite ASMR triggers, how I first got introduced to ASMR, when I first had tingles, when I first realized what that was. Figure I'll also tell you guys about what I have going on, what my upload schedule is going to be, give you an idea of how much I'm going to be uploading, what kind of content I'm probably going to be focused on, etc. Originally, I didn't even think to do an introductory video, but then I was kind of sapped for ideas. I'm 2 videos in, already out of ideas. But I figured I would go to some of my favorite ASMR artists and see how they got started. So I went to Matty Tingles ASMR. I'll link his channel down in the description. He's absolutely amazing. Guy's so wholesome. He knows his craft. He's awesome. But anyways, I went to his channel and I looked at his first video he ever posted, and it was a introductory video where he just talked about him and his favorite triggers, how he got into ASMR, all that kind of stuff. So I figured I would follow in his footsteps and make a video about me and introduce myself to the ASMR community. So to start off, I'll let you guys know that my schedule, I think I should be uploading at least 2 times a week. I'm going to shoot for 2 times a week. I have a decent amount of free time. I'm a college student right now, but my load isn't super heavy because I wanted to back off a little bit and give myself some free time to free my mind and not be so stressed all the time. But yeah, 2 times a week is going to be my target. So to get into about me, I'm of course Big Sleeps ASMR. You can call me Big or whatever you'd like. I love triggers that are close up to the mic, like right in your brain. It sounds like I like sounds that sound like they're right behind you. Like the left to right sounds always get me. Some of my favorite sounds are the sk sounds and a random assortment of mouth sounds. Tongue clicking, the sound. That one gets me. Another one that I really like is mic blowing and soft, big, fluffy mics. Those really get to me. I also enjoy repeated words and positive affirmations. I really love positive affirmations and like shh sounds. Those put me to sleep pretty quick. Next, I want to talk about some of the ASMR artists that have influenced me the most to make me want to create content. First and foremost, Matty Tingles. He is a genuinely good dude. He's consistent with his uploads. He's active in the ASMR community. He's very humble. He's what I'm shooting to be. Next is Softly Galoshes. She was actually I think the first ASMR artist that I ever listened to. I think her shh video, I think that one was the first one that I ever watched. I think it came out 5 years ago. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, I used to watch that daily for like months, and then I kind of realized that there's more, and started learning more about what exactly ASMR is. I just knew it was relaxing and it helped me get to sleep. Next on my list of ASMR artists that influenced me are Miss Manganese ASMR. She is amazing. I'll link all of the channels that I talk about in the description, of course. But Miss Manganese ASMR, she does a lot of lo-fi content and a lot of fast, chaotic triggers, which I love. Like, I didn't think I would like it as much as I do. Like, you'd think ASMR would be, soft and quiet and mostly whispers and be very slow, very, very slow. But her videos are fast-paced, chaotic. Half the time she doesn't know what she's doing, and I absolutely love it. Last on the list of ASMR artists that influence me is Amy K ASMR. She is great. I love her creativity. She's always constantly putting out new videos and new roleplay ideas. Like, the things that she comes up with is crazy. Like, I hope to have half of her creative ability. She is, in my opinion, nearly unrivaled in role plays, other than Ephemeral Rift. I think they're probably tied for most creative content. I especially loved Amy K's video on the girl in the library, the halfling or the tiefling, I think, in the library. That one was a good one. So I guess I'll finish this little introductory video off with reading a little bit from one of my favorite books and showing you guys some of the illustrations in it, which is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. This is the illustrated edition by Mina Lima. They are an amazing illustrator. Like, this is crazy good. I would go pick it up. I'll show you why. It's just, even the first page looks so good. I pretty much grew up on Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings and a lot of those fantasy genre movies and games and stuff like that. And books, of course. So this is chapter 1, The Boy Who Lived. I don't know if you guys can see this. There they are, dropping Harry off at the front door of the Dursleys. The illustrations are amazing. Like, I'm gonna cheese on them. So I'll softly speak and read these first couple of paragraphs of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Alright, chapter 1, The Boy Who Lived. Mr. and Mrs. Dursley of number 4 Privet Drive were proud to say that they were perfectly normal. Thank you very much. They were the last people you'd expect to be involved in anything strange or mysterious, because they just didn't hold with such nonsense. Mr. Dursley was the director of a firm called Grunnings, which made drills. He was a big, beefy man with hardly any neck, although he did have a very large mustache. Mrs. Dursley was thin and blonde and had nearly twice the usual amount of neck, which came in very useful, as she spent so much of her time craning over garden fences spying on the neighbors. The Dursleys had a small son called Dudley, and in their opinion, there was no finer boy anywhere. The Dursleys had everything they wanted, but they also had a secret, and their greatest fear was that somebody would discover it. They didn't think that they could bear it if anyone found out about the Potters. Mrs. Potter was Mrs. Dursley's sister, but they hadn't met for several years, in fact. Mrs. Dursley pretended she didn't have a sister, because her sister and her good-for-nothing husband were as un-Dursley-ish as it was possible to be. The Dursleys shuddered to think what the neighbors would say if the Potters arrived in the street. The Dursleys knew that the Potters had a small son, too, but they had never seen him. This boy was another good reason for keeping the Potters away. They didn't want Dudley mixing with a child like that. When Mr. and Mrs. Dursley woke up on the dull, gray Tuesday our story starts, there was nothing about the cloudy sky outside to suggest that strange and mysterious things would soon be happening all over the country. Mr. Dursley hummed as he picked out his most boring tie for work, and Mrs. Dursley gossiped away happily as she wrestled the screaming Dudley into his high chair. None of them noticed a large, tawny owl flutter past the window. At 8:30, Mr. Dursley picked up his briefcase, pecked Mrs. Dursley on the cheek, and tried to kiss Dudley goodbye, but missed, because Dudley was now having a tantrum and throwing his cereal at the walls. "Little tyke," chortled Mr. Dursley as he left the house. He got into his car and backed out of number 4's drive. Okay, so I think I'm going to end it there. I read a couple paragraphs, and before I end the video, I'll go ahead and show you guys the illustrations on this book, or on this page. Just absolutely amazing illustration. Well, anyways, that's the end of the video. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, go ahead and go down in the comments for me and let me know what you liked and didn't like about the video, what you think I should do next. Any suggestions at all are greatly appreciated, since I'm pretty new to this. I plan on getting a better mic, maybe probably a Blue Yeti, or maybe even something better. I don't know. I'll have to see. I'll have to work it out and see how much money I have that I can put towards a microphone. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks again for watching, and I'll hopefully see you in the next video. Bye.